Welcome back. We're so glad to welcome my dear friend Natalie Precise. She's the Dean of the School of Education and Child Development at Drury University. And Natalie, full disclosure, I've known Natalie for years and years and years. She lives about maybe 2 minutes from me. Yeah. And every time I drive by your house, I'm like, hi, Zach and Natalie. Hi. You got 3 gorgeous kids, a great husband, a great life, and doing such great work at Drury as well. So thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you reached out to me just on a whim on Facebook and just like, you had this fun program because I didn't even realize there's kind of a teacher shortage.
Yes.
And you need teachers.
Yes.
So what are you doing to help that?
Well, we're trying to start some different programs to get our students more prepared for the classroom. We get calls all the time from principals needing teachers like right now or yesterday. There's always been a teacher shortage. We've always needed good teachers, but I think with the COVID pandemic, a lot of teachers left, so we're trying to fill those spaces in.
Mm-hmm. So what are you doing? You had messaged me about you're partnering with NICSA, which sounds very cool.
We're so excited. So we've been working on this for about a year with NICSA. We really had to collaborate, lots of meetings to prepare this kind of a hybrid model of student teaching. So some schools have a year-long student teaching experience. Most schools just have a semester-long student teaching experience. So ours is kind of hybrid for that. So during our students' senior year, during their first semester, they'll take classes at Drury, and then the rest of the time when they have big chunks of time, they'll be at NICSA with a classroom teacher, already practicing, being in the classroom, working with kids. And then their last semester, they will fully student teach for 16 weeks.
Wow.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You've been doing that for 1 year now?
We just started it.
Okay,
we just signed it in like 2 weeks ago. We signed the MOU for it. We have a student that we're going to be hoping to start the program this fall. Yesterday, actually, NICSA had some of their juniors and seniors at Drury, and so I got to chat with them about the program. They were so excited. It's really neat to see these future teachers that are just so excited for the profession. Even though we have a teacher shortage, the students that we have in the pipeline at Drury are amazing, and it makes me very excited for the future of education and for kids.
Well, I would assume, that hands-on training is, learning in school and college is great, but getting there and actually working with the kid, that's a whole nother ballgame. Like, once you're actually in the setting, that's got to be important for the learning process as well.
Right. Students go through foundation classes. I tell them that's when they're learning to go from being a student to a teacher. And then they work through their methods classes where they learn to actually teach their content area. And then student teaching is the end where they're actually out there practicing. But at Drury, we have them in a classroom in their freshman year doing observations. And then in their methods classes, they're out actually in a practicum with students. So they'll also do some of those experiences at NICSA as well. So they'll get to have a little taste of being a NICSA school early in their career at Drury and then finish up at NICSA. And then NICSA has promised them, if they do this program, that they get an interview.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And the experience of classroom management must be so helpful as they sort of transition into the classroom full time.
Yeah, I would say classroom management is the biggest thing that teachers, work on and maybe you're nervous about when they start teaching. That's the same for all of us. So I think this will help those teachers so they've had that whole year of experience in the classroom before they get there themselves.
Yeah.
So you're saying, okay, you have a senior who's going to be, student teaching at NICSA. They're going to get an interview for a job. So you're hopefully going to get a job as soon as you graduate from college. You're in there earning salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, the foot in the door is the hardest part.
I know.
Yeah.
It kind of takes that away for them. So this is open to any student at Drury. They don't have to necessarily be from NICSA. They just want to teach in NICSA.
So it's open to anybody. What is your education program like at Drury? How many students do you currently have in the education program?
I knew you were going to ask
Oh,
me
I'm so
some of
sorry.
these specifics.
I was just curious. You could probably have a lot of people in the curriculum right now.
We do. I will say that we have our largest day school class coming through in the fall, like the largest we've had in several years. So we're pretty excited about that. So we're really trying to fill that pipeline for the teacher shortage.
That's wonderful.
Well, I was just curious, too, because a lot of people who might be watching, maybe they're in high school and went to be a teacher, but you have scholarships available. People can still apply to even go to Drury to become a teacher.
Oh, yeah. The students I met with yesterday, they're like, can we still apply for the fall? And I said, yes, you can. And it's free to apply to Drury. So they should
Oh, that's
apply.
great.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Yeah, we need more teachers. My wife's in education, so
neat.
she enjoyed her time teaching, just the experience of being with those students. Very fulfilling. As far as jobs, one of the most fulfilling jobs.
It really is. I mean, I think it's the best job, so.
And by the way,
A little biased.
And here's the thing about teachers. I bet all three of us could go through and name that one teacher in our life who made an impact in our life. And hopefully what you're doing now at Drury is taking those young people and they're going to be the teacher that impacts somebody else's life in the future. That's so cool.
That's what we hope. We want them to be confident and competent when they leave. Our goal is for them to have their own classroom and be successful and just to be that role model for their students.
Yeah, nothing like the experience of teaching a kid maybe in first or second grade and then seeing them like 10 years down the road, they developed into an adult. That's just got to be very special.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. I taught in Rogersville. I taught 5th grade. And that was like, I started 17 years ago teaching. And so, yeah, I see my 5th graders as adults now. I can still see them as 10-year-olds in my head.
Of course.
Yeah, I could see how that would happen. Now, if somebody wants more information about Drury, the education program, and doing the partnership with NICSA, do they need to apply? Do they need to go to a website? What's the steps involved?
They can go to our website, drury.edu/education.
Okay.
They can email me too. I don't know if you want me to share that.
That's okay. I think we have the information. We've been putting it on the screen throughout the the segment too. Because if you're interested or know somebody, maybe you have a niece or nephew or grandkid or brother sister who is interested in education, this is a great program, and you get that interview in NICSA. And NICSA's a great town.
It really is. And we're working on partnerships with other local schools as well. So I think you'll see more of these kind of hybrid models popping up from Drury and some other local schools.
So guys, if you want a hybrid model, contact Natalie.
Of course.
Get her. Thank you so much for coming in. Good to see you,
Thank
friend.
you for having me.
Next time I drive by your house, which will be today, I'll wave at you.
All right.
Okay. Guys, don't go anywhere. We have so much more fun at Ozarks Fox AM right after this. So I really do drive by your house all the time because you know.
That's so fun.